I already know what you're thinking. Dear God, he bought another damn 1911. He's had like 7 of them. What is wrong with this guy? Why does he keep buying 1911s and he has all these damn problems with them? Well, I've got something for you people. Guess what? It's kind of a 1911. That's right. It being a Colt Mustang Pocket Light. In this particular case, the XSP, which is there, as you can tell, it's empty, no magazine. The polymer framed version. And you're probably thinking, okay, you're still retarded, but I need to know a little bit more. Why would you get this? Well, interesting story. So, as you've probably noticed with all the guns that I've had over the years here, there's been a lack of a small carry gun. And I don't think there's anything you can say about if there's anything you can say about a Colt Mustang or the SIG P238, which is basically the exact same thing, is that they are tiny. I have been carrying fairly large guns, and keep in mind, people, I live in Texas, so again, when you carrying a giant gun in the summertime is not just a chore, but it feels a lot worse than it actually is. So I got tired of carrying around 2.5 pounds of gun plus associated magazines. I decided I need something a little bit more concealable. This fit the bill, and I got it for a really good price. So I know many of you have seen these in gun stores and have kind of balked at the price, and I know I have. I've seen these, yes, a polymer frame 380 for as high as $800+. That's ridiculous, especially when the MSRP on these little tiny 380s is $499. Now, if there's anything that most people who are seriously into guns know, is that street price is normally a lot lower than the MSRP, or at least a little lower. Colts are a whole different situation. Colts, for some horrible reason, are always over MSRP. Not a hard and fast rule, but most dealers or distributors like to jack the price up because of the little pony that tends to be on these guns. Well, the dealer I bought this from did not. So I got it for under MSRP. Now let's get into the actual gun itself. So if you know anything about these guns, yes, it's basically a tiny 1911, but there are some key differences. For one, while it is still a cocked and locked gun, while it's locked, and it's going to be hard to do with one hand, while the safety is on, you can actually move the slide. It's not locking the slide in place, which is pretty nice because you can have the gun safe while you're moving around, say, unchambering around. Speaking of which, it comes with 2 magazines. They're 6 rounds each, and I haven't tested this out myself yet, and I will soon. But from my understanding, SIG's extended pinky magazines that carry a 7th round with a base pad will fit in both the Mustang XSP and the Pocket Light. As far as the trigger, it does share that with a 1911. Now the trigger design is slightly different, but you still get, short take up, and with no grip safety, I can do that. Relatively light pull, at least compared to a lot of your double action, single action guns, with really short take up, and I can't do, well, I guess I can do the reset. Well, not really. What else can I say? It doesn't have the night sights like the SIG. However, in daytime shooting, I did shoot this out to 45 yards at a steel plate. It was a, I forget what it is, an IPSC, a B-zone target. So it's a pretty decent sized area. At 45 yards, smaller than the man's chest. And ringing the steel every time. At least for a magazine, 6-round magazine. The gun here is just a phenomenal little. If you can get it for under MSRP, I highly recommend it. Not just because it's a Colt, but it's pretty well made. Got a stainless slide that's been blackened, metal sights. The controls here are, if they are carbon steel, then they're nickel Teflon plated or something along those lines, or stainless. I kind of like the two-tone look. The magwell is beveled. It's molded in. The checkering here is also molded into the grip, and it's really, really grippy. It just sits in your hands. It's a lot like a Glock Gen 4, or for you HK folks out there, the checkering on a USP. But you've got that little cutout for your mag release, ambi safety, easy to cock the hammer, easy to put the safety on, easier to take it off, but not too easy that it comes off in your pocket. I do have a little holster for it, which, here it is over here. And it draws pretty easily, and it's going to be hard to do with one hand, so I'm not going to bother doing it. But if you're in the market for a little 380, don't look past these little polymer XSPs. They're a good value if you can get it for under the $4.99 price. Alright guys, that's all I have. If you have any other questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks and get 'em.